lot of surveys about folks in this space, pretty wide range of concerns, some optimism, but I guess cautious optimism. Some people embracing it, some people nervous about losing their jobs. Some people think they're irreplaceable because of the human touch that they offer, et cetera. What what kinds of stuff are you hearing directly from your community?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that I'm hearing right now is how are we as a community going to overcome basically uh, application increases? So candidates using AI to apply out to hundreds of jobs. So how do you deal with that volume? The other thing that I'm hearing a lot of is around like fake candidates. So, somebody does kind of the first interview for you, and then the next one, somebody else joins, or maybe you're paying a service that does all the interviews for you, and then you show up day one and you're not the person that they've been talking to. So that's certainly a conversation that's happening. And then kind of the third one that I'm hearing a lot of people talk about is using AI during the interview. And, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I think the debate that I hear, or at least the common theme that comes out, is basically something very human, which is we all get mad at the person who's using the thing the best or the most clever because we didn't think of it first. And so it's like you sort of can't get mad at somebody for using the entire game board to an advantage. That shows creativity, that shows how you can go about doing different things in a different kind of way. Yet people are sort of saying, well, but that's not fair. You're not playing by the rules. Which I think is a very interesting conversation that is being had around, well, all right, how are we going to incorporate the AI tech into our interview process where it's sort of like, this is okay to use and this is not okay to use. Like, it's okay to use AI to maybe take the initial prompt and use stuff, but like in the interview, what we want you to do is write the prompt in a specific kind of way so that it's not just sort of, hey, what's 1 + 1? And it gives you the answer. It's sort of like, I have a problem. I have one of this. I have one of that. Let's brainstorm some solutions for how we're going to get to that.
So I have some relatively strong opinions about most of that.
Well, I want to hear them. This is a conversation. I mean, let
Yeah.
listeners hear your perspective on the three things I brought up.
Well, first of all, using AI to put your best foot forward in terms of the resume and a cover letter, if you're actually putting cover letters together, those are tasks that would be outsourced anyway, right? There are professional resume writers and cover letter writers. That's been a cottage industry for decades. So it really comes down to, is this task or is this request something that I'm being evaluated on, where there's some expectation that this is a work product from my own brain and my own hands, as it were. So I don't have any issue with that. And the fact that someone used technology to create a mass supply thing, that was inevitable, and it's um, it's just a reaction to the game that has been created. So you're not breaking the rules, you're bending them. But that also means on the other side that someone's going to figure out a way to mitigate that, right? Maybe it's through two-factor authentication with the applications. Maybe it's some kind of new sort of CAPTCHA kind of thing that says Are you a human being applying to this job? Are you real? Do you even know where all these applications are going? So that when you get a response, because the response might be just an acknowledgement that we received it, but the response also might be, thanks for applying. Now go take this, pre-hire assessment or whatever, and now another action needs to be take place. Now you may build another agent to fill that out too. You may have your own candidate agentic, workflow that does all of these things and is able to react when it gets that response, and has some of it's slightly, rules based, but some of it is just following the patterns and understanding your voice and how you would respond to those things. Anytime a candidate starts using AI where it should be clear and should be common sense, where they're trying to understand how you and your human brain works, then I cry foul, right? Like to me, it reeks of desperation if you can't fill that out yourself. And this isn't about time, the time it takes at this point. This is about, let's understand your thought processes, because we know you're going to use AI when you get here. Let's hope you will use it to make yourself more efficient and effective. And the company may already have some ways to do that, even if you don't bring your own AI, so to speak. But this is an exercise to understand, especially like for a psychometric, behavioral assessment, maybe a take-home assignment that hopefully they're compensating you for your time to do. But the future is humans plus AI. It's not a zero-sum game, one or the other. So to me, that's where I draw the line, because that is essentially, like you described, sending someone else to take your interview for you. I mean, I'm picturing, Ben Affleck, sitting in for Matt Damon and what's it called? Like Good Will Hunting, my favorite movie that I can't think of the name of. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, what do you mean? Like, it's just not right. It's not ethical.